Hello and welcome to another Elliott Wave tutorial. In this video I want to talk about extensions. So you already know this general 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure, which is also called a motive wave. So motive waves generally, these are the waves within the Elliott Wave method, which subdivide into 5 waves. So as you can see here, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure is a motive wave. A motive wave always runs in the same direction as the trend of one larger degree. Yeah, so they're quite straightforward. They're also relatively easy to recognize and to interpret. So to remind you, within motive waves, the wave 2 here, the wave 2 always retraces less than 100% than wave 1, and the wave 4, as you can see here, retraces less than 100% of wave 3. Okay, just indicating that we're always making higher highs and also higher lows. Also, wave 3 is oftentimes the longest, but definitely never the shortest one. Now, within impulsive waves, and impulsive waves, by the way, these are the most common motive waves. So basically, in an impulse, wave 4 does not enter the prior territory of wave 1. So it does not overlap wave 1. This is basically a rule. And within impulsive structures, there are so-called extensions. So extensions make it a little bit more complex. But to be honest, most impulses, most 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structures, they include extensions. An extension is basically an extended impulse, with certain subdivisions. And we're going to take a look at that. Well, you need to understand that most impulsive waves actually contain an extension, but only usually in one of the 3 subwaves here, 1, 3 or 5. So only in one of these you will find extensions. So the other ones then typically don't contain an extension, or actually an extension in both subwaves 3 and 5. So let's take a look at how that could look like. I'll just go forward here. You have seen the presentation, you've seen the other videos already, and if not, please check out the playlist. There you can see all the different videos on the Elliott Wave method. So here you can see that this is an example of a first wave extension, basically in a bull market, indicating that you basically get these subwaves here. So this way, in this extension here, you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wave count. So these extensions typically lead to a 9 wave count, not a typical 5 wave sequence. And in a 9 wave sequence, it's sometimes difficult to say which wave was extended, but it's usually not very relevant, because under the Elliott Wave method, a count of 9 and a count of 5 have actually the same technical significance. So this figure here that I can show you here illustrates these extensions, and it will also clarify the point. So the fact that an extension typically occurs only in one actionary subwave, so for example 1, 3 or 5, provides then a helpful guide to the expected lengths of upcoming waves. Okay, so for instance, if the first, for example here, if the first and the third waves are, for example, of equal length, then the 5th wave will likely be a extended wave. So let's just take a look at that. This is a 5th wave extension. So if you get wave 1 and wave 3 to have at least roughly the same length, and typically wave 3 isn't the short, or wave 3 never is the shortest one anyway. But if you can see that wave 1 and wave 3 have roughly the same length, so not a massive difference, then it can be assumed that wave 5 will be extended. As you can see here, you can see the ups and downs, up and downs, and making higher highs and higher lows along the way. So that's just as an example. But also, for example, if you can see here, if wave 3 extends, then the 5th wave should be simply basically a very similar type like wave 1. So you get wave 1, then you have an extension in wave 3, and then you can assume that wave 5 will be rather a short or a normal standard 5th wave, in this case to the upside. What you also need to see is that this can work the other way around. So you could also get impulsive waves to the downside in a bear market, for example. So it just works the other way around. But overall, you can get a first wave extension, you can get a third wave extension, and you can get a fifth wave extension. Generally, for example, in the stock market, the most commonly extended wave is wave 3, which you can see here, the third wave extension. And this is of course important if you interpret interpret really real life waves, wave structures, and it also works very well with the rule that wave 3 is never the shortest wave. Okay, so just to really let you know that there are these extensions, they can make it a bit complicated, but overall typically they lead you to a 9-wave structure, and this has the same technical significance as a 5-wave structure. And it can clarify why sometimes when you think, all right, maybe we're already in wave 5, it actually isn't wave 5 and it's just an extension. So it's important to be aware of while sticking to the rules. And again, this can work in a bull market. It can also work in a bear market. So I hope you liked that video about extended waves. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.